Welcome friends. Today we are going to see about active learning methodology, commonly called as ALM, which was come to the government schools of Tamil Nadu from 2008 onwards. This video we are going to see the history of ALM, how it is implemented in Tamil Nadu, and what are the basic steps of ALM which is handled or which is followed in the Tamil Nadu schools. So this is just a background study that from 2006 the school of Krishnamurti Foundation India, they introduced a method, a pilot study of ALM in the classes of 5, 6 and 7. Before that their attempt from the 1999 onwards for the classes of 1 to 4. So this giving a very big applause and very big result that students are getting more space in their school, so they divide off all the pressures from the peer, so the learning level is increased in such a way. After that, from 2007 April, the SSA team, that is Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan team, they visited the school for how they implemented this ABL in the upper primary classes. After the exploration, this SSA Tamil Nadu, the school of Krishnamurti Foundation India to Chennai for 11-day workshop about 60 BRTs, that means block resource teacher educators are trained in the month of May 2007. So they exploring the possibilities how to bring this active pedagogy into the upper primary classes. This workshop were conducted by the school of Krishnamurti Foundation India, that giving an outreach that towards moving the active learning methodology. The teachers of Tamil Nadu taught by the trained BRTs, then it will be pilot studied or it will be first practice in 11 districts from June 2007 onwards. So considering the wholehearted reception and the response from the methodology, the teachers and students, SSA of Tamil Nadu now proposed the scale-up program in all the middle schools of the state. In October 2007, Tamil Nadu government issued an order to indicate that for science and social studies, ALM methodology should be tried in all the schools. There is much work that SSA, that BRTs, block resource teacher educators, have put to generate the lesson plans, new ideas. All these things should be internationalized. Then they train the teacher that translate into lesson plans. All these things are translated and taken back to the schools. After this, this ALM sequence is slowly followed and will be infused throughout Tamil Nadu in all the schools. So these are the major 5 steps. Each and every subject it will vary. The basic steps I am going to explain in this video. The first thing is teacher introduce the topic. Children are read the lesson with their own, with sufficient time provided. So first the teacher introduced the lesson. We are going to see one by one, either by means of storytelling, either by means of a puzzle or quiz, like that. Simply the teacher is introduced the lesson. After that the students are allowed to read the lesson, underline, getting the meaning from the dictionary or by the peer group. Before that the students are clubbed together into group, then they discuss themselves, then they having a clarification. If they don't get any clarification, that time the teacher can intervene and he or she may help them. After that they come to the mind map with the concept, then the students are understand and query and explain the concept. So these are the major 5 steps. Here we are see how the class is going on. If you are a teacher, you just introduce the context. The students are understand the context, they read the context, construct the mind map, they summarize, then the assessment is done by the teacher or by the peer group men. Same thing, they revisit the concept. So first we are going to see how to introduce the lesson. So the introduction of the lesson part is the vital part of the teacher. Remaining all the steps are done by only by means of students. The peer group and the students are doing all these efforts. So here the teacher load is maximum minimized physically. So teacher is just an observer or facilitator who run or walk around the class, how what is happening in the group. In the ALM method, the students are classified into small group. That groups also have mixed learners, that means quick learner, fast learner, average learner. It will be a mixed learner. All these things are done in the group itself. So the content may be introduced by the teacher by means of story, reading out the introduction of textbook, asking questions of already what they know, listening, learning outcomes of the board, then identifying the question, activities that stimulate interest and experiments. Sometimes the teacher can use some experiments, demonstrations, like that the teacher can introduce a lesson. After that, the understanding and reading is totally come from the students point of view. Students are allowed to read the lesson and underline the new and difficult words. After that, they are understanding, they find the meanings from the dictionary. After that, they having a discussion in the group. From that, they going to find or they going to plan a mind map. The mind map is a self study with guided questions, peer study with guided question, or it may be SQ4, that means survey, read, receive, like that. It will be having that format, answering a set of questions, role play, experiment. All these things are come together. The students are directly, it's an experimental study that they can prepare their own mind map. After that, they consolidate all this mind map in the small group or then discussion. Then they are going to summarize, they are going to present their mind map and consultation in the small group first itself. Then in front of the class, they are finding and they can tell their own mind map either by means of chalk or using some charts. Reinforcement. After that, the teacher can reinforce the topic. Sometimes the students may miss the valid points which is cannot be understood by the students, so that the teacher is reinforced by means of giving an experiment, recaptured what is happened there, or giving 10 or 5 quizzes. Then we go for assessment. Assessment by means of FAA or FAB, either by means of 1 minute paper, asking 2 or 3 questions. From that, the teacher can go for assessment. That assessment can done by peer team itself. It will be in the 5 or 6 members in the group or a small group. They can do their own assessment also. Then remedial teaching. Remedial teaching is a vital role here, because the remedial teaching not just done by the teacher, by means of peer students also. If the group having one slow learner, that slow learner's doubts or shortcomings are treated, or it will be rectified by means of the average and the fast learner students inside the group. So the peer students play a vital role. As you see, the various options available each and every stages in the process. So this is not a strict rule for ALM methodology. Each and every step there is a chance of innovation, giving new techniques, intervene of technology. All these things can be done by the teacher. It is totally a choice of a teacher and the nature of the chapter, and that depends upon the subject also. The availability of resources, technology, all these things is finally enhance the ALM methodology, which give enormous vibrant teaching transaction inside the classroom. The role of the teacher. As a teacher, you should know, set the context first. What could be the context? If the lesson is more than 6 or 8 pages, you can set the context for only 2 or 3 pages, because speculated time. Watch over the interaction, what's happening in the group. That should be totally monitored by the teacher. Just like a passive observer, he have to walk around and find out what's happening in the classroom. Help the students to internalize their intentions of academic program, so they can easily tell what should be the intention. Ensure the effective teaching learning process. So just not alone walking here and there, they can observe and ensure the effectiveness of the teaching learning process. Find the solution for unusual events and problems. If there is a classroom with chaos, how to solve all these things, teacher should be planned. That should be the main role of a teacher in ALM cathedral. Classwork in a large or small group discussion. So classwork, you can give a large group or small group activity. Sometimes you can give for individual activity also. Mostly activities play a vital role in ALM methodology. Teacher is the facilitator of learning, then conveyor of information. So you should not be a conveyor of information that you can tell everything what you know in this lesson. The concept, all these things are learned by the students itself. A teacher is just acting like a facilitator to enhance the classroom activity. I hope this video is useful for you. If you have any doubts, keep comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching.